And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the channel. Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. What a time. What a time. We're not going through a head coaching search. We're not going through a GM search. We're not having quarterback controversy. Just a pretty chill, honestly, a pretty chill February. And I kind of like it, man. I kind of like it. It's been good so far. Give some shout outs to everybody in the chat. We got Jaggernaut. What's going on, man? We have Doc in the building. What's up? 100 MPH. What's going on, my man? We have Bob and the World. We have Drew Thompson. He says, "What's up?" Yeah, man. So Bob and the World mentioned about the Tribune letter, and that's actually what we're going to be going through today, man. I was actually, obviously the article dropped like I think it was at like 11:30 today, and I was actually sitting here kind of writing notes on it and stuff, but it's 1,256 words, and I was like, dude, this is going to be way too long for a video. So what I decided to do is I'm actually going to do a live reading of it, and we can kind of comment on it as we go along. But it's a powerful, powerful um, article. I mean, that's for sure. What's up, Andy? I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah, it was definitely. I was at work, so I couldn't cry, but it was definitely interesting, man. What's up, Iksan? What's up, Brett Zimmerman? What's going on, man? Shout out to Edgar. What's up, man? It says 850 in the house. 850, is that Tampa? What's the 850 area code? I'm pretty sure that's Tampa. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. Duval, what's up? What's up, Brandon? What's going on, everybody? So yeah, like I said, man, we're going to be reading through the whole entire article. Real quick though, I know the Super Bowl is coming up on Sunday, and a lot of people do the different Super Bowl competitions. I actually have a free squares event where you can win up to $100. If you see the link down below, the very top link, it'll take you over and download the Sweeps app. Go ahead and make a username on there. You can enter the contest, free entry for a chance to win $100 if you guys want to get in on my Super Bowl Squares event and get a bunch of Jaguar fans. Oh, 850 is Tallahassee. That's what it is. That's what it is. Repping a 904 in Winter Garden. There you go. I'm repping 904 up in Lake Mary, so I like that, man. DTWD says, UCF, love you, bro. Love you too, man. Means the world, man. Means the world. So, yeah, without further ado, we got 68 people in here. Let's go ahead and go through this letter, man. It was definitely touching. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to zoom in on it. There we go. Okay. So let me go ahead and present this screen. And I haven't read it. I've read pieces of it here and there, but I haven't really been able to read the whole entire thing. I was going to read it today and do the video on it, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a review. So it's on the Players Tribune, which I've never heard of this before. It's actually it's like a place where players actually go through and write their own articles, like Trevor Lawrence, Darius Slade, Deion Dawkins, Hendon Hooker. I never knew this existed. I didn't know there was something like this where players actually can submit. Look, oh wow, this is actually not many players post here because this James Robinson thing was a long time ago. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, let's go into the Trevor Lawrence one. See, Trevor Lawrence, February 8th. Does he have a profile on here? Trevor Lawrence. Okay, so he has one article. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, so it starts off, look, I don't want to be writing this. I don't want to be home. I want to be out there with my guys prepping for another game. I want to be showing out for Jacksonville. But these past few months, we've grown a lot as a team, and we want this to be the beginning of our story. So I just wanted to take a moment to say a thank you to all of Duval, because I know how much this season meant to our city. Key word here, our city. Trevor Lawrence has already claimed Jacksonville his, which is absolutely awesome to see. And also, he's taking a serious look that says, I don't want to be writing this. I want to be out there prepping for the Super Bowl, essentially. And just, I love how he immediately gets in here and says, I want to be in the Super Bowl, and I want to be representing for Jacksonville, Duval County, our city. And he says, let me zoom this in a little more so you guys can see better. I think this is better. There's one memory I keep coming back to when I think of y'all. It's when I was looking up at the scoreboard and it was 27-0. I know I don't have to tell you what game. This was right before our last drive of the half, and the Chargers had been beating us all over the field. And I was going through the tablets, watching back the picks, and just trying to keep myself focused. But then I kind of looked up into the stands and I noticed something. Nobody was leaving. And yeah, that's true. I mean, I was at the game. I didn't see really many people leaving. I know I was just sitting there, and and I got kind of killed on Twitter because I remember because when the Jaguars are getting beat, I was just sitting there like this. Like I was there, I was in attendance, but I was I had so much energy out of me, and then like the people in front of me, I was up in the nosebleeds, and they were standing right in front. Like I literally didn't have the energy to stand up, so I was just watching on the jumbotron until the Jaguars got into the red zone and scored. And I remember when we scored that touchdown to go down 27-7. I remember me and my brother were kind of sarcastically cheering. It's like, oh, we've got him, because it was like, oh my gosh, we finally did something. But that was it was just a crazy time, and I was sitting there just in awe. I'm like, Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions, and it's a playoff game, and I was so worried because I was like, dude, we're gonna go out, and all everybody's gonna be talking about this offseason was this playoff game and how much he choked, and it was gonna be sad because of kind of what he did during the season. He says, that struck me as saying a lot about this place. We're out here down 27 in a playoff game. Most people watching on TV probably thought it was over, but inside the bank, it wasn't like that at all. Everyone was still with us, still getting crazy loud and waving their towels and trying to pump us up. Yeah, and that's true. That's where we were. And here's Trevor Lawrence. I believe this is in Tennessee. I'm not sure, though. Your energy in that moment, it meant a lot. It was really good. It was a really good reminder that nothing was decided yet and nothing had to matter except what was in front of us. Those picks didn't have to matter. The score didn't have to matter. There was a whole half of football left, and we had a really good football team, and we had y'all. We're out here down 27 a playoff game. Most people, okay, he already said that. A lot of teams will fold when there's enough pressure, and a few teams will fold at the very first sign of pressure. We struggled with that last year. And then now he's kind of transitioning from that game and kind of going into more of like the whole season. And this is like cool because look, where is the quote? But inside the bank. Look, this is cool. Wait, there was one memory I keep going back to as I was looking up. Look, like right here. That struck me as saying a lot about this place. So this is saying that, look, had the Jaguars not made the playoffs, maybe he wouldn't have known just how much potential Jacksonville had. And he was over there like, dude, I looked up there and everybody was still there, which is cool because, look, I went to college with a lot of Miami fans. Going down to Orlando, there were a lot of like Heat fans when I first showed up, and biggest bandwagoners ever. And I think a lot of them didn't the Heat, when they won that finals, like a lot of people left because they were way down in game 7 or something, and then like all of a sudden they came back and they actually won, and nobody could get back in. So yeah, that was a cool quote. Okay. And then next he says, last season, really, there was a lot to say about last season. It wasn't a good example. Um, it was tough. After the coaching change, there was a lot of uncertainty and instability. I could tell there were guys who were looking forward to being anywhere else. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't hear the noise. Not just the noise around our team, but around me as a player. Bust. So this was interesting because he never truly opened up about that. I think a lot of times to the media, he says, "Oh, I don't listen to any of that, this, and that." But he actually is a little more active on social media than we thought because I've seen him, post on. I think he posted on on Instagram, like Jags Nation, one of his posts basically saying like receipts, because I think it was him. If not him, maybe it was somebody else, but they posted a bunch of clips about people saying he was a bust, and then Trevor Lawrence actually commented and saw it. So, and it's tough. I mean, when you're a player, you're all over social media. You know what's going on. You want to be out on the platforms, and this is one thing that I could tell there were guys who were looking forward to being anywhere else, and that's true because I remember there were reports that came out after the Jaguars got killed by the Rams in LA. There were players coming up and saying, "Dude, like, get me out of here. This situation sucks. I don't want to be here," and that's crazy. And yeah, it's that's a cool thing. So he goes on to say, bust. Yeah, I heard it, but I didn't let it impact me at all. I know how people get, so I just kept my head down and I had a lot of conversations with my wife, Marissa, about the bigger picture of our lives, our journey, who we wanted to be. And her belief in me meant so much because in talking with her, we just kept coming back to the idea that we're here for a reason. We really do feel that way. We feel like Jacksonville is our home now. We feel like Jacksonville is our home now. And we badly want to be a part of turning this thing around, all the way around, meaning Super Bowl. So I knew I just had to block out the noise. Yeah, so I mean, he's talking about like how all that bus talk kind of impacted him. And he leaned on his wife, had a lot of self-reflection, and it was an offseason uncertainty, especially during the coaching hiring. He didn't know who the heck he was gonna be coached under. He says, it's funny, around the draft back in 2021, I made a comment about how I don't have a chip on my shoulder. And I meant what I said. I didn't have one. I never played football to prove anything to anyone. But after last season and the frustrations we all went through, last year absolutely gave me something to prove. I felt the pain of the city. I knew what the people expected from me and what they'd invested in me. I knew that I was supposed to be a part of something different for this team. I understood. And hey, I gotta admit, I invested in some stuff, man. I've got, I had his poster over here. I bought this shirt last year. I bought another shirt. I bought his jersey. I was all in on Trevor Lawrence. If Trevor Lawrence did not do well, then it would have been very, very sad. But he is here. He's freaking him, and it's awesome. And it's cool seeing this because like we could really take 2021 as a true learning curve because like he said, he's never faced any adversity. Like everyone's always told him he's the best. He was the best high school quarterback, the best in college football. He was always winning games. He was just unstoppable. Then he gets to the NFL and he finally loses some games, and all of a sudden people aren't talking the same way about him. So that's pretty cool, man. And just calling Jacksonville his home, it's awesome to see. And it's cool to see that, look, he knows what the team invested in him. He knows how important that number one pick is. So he's going to make sure not only does he prove himself, but he proves the team right. He says, and then it goes on to say, and when I met Doug last winter, I could tell that he understood too. Doug really gets it. One of the first conversations I had with him, he told me, I've got to earn everybody's trust. You've all been through a lot in that room, and I need to earn that trust. He didn't come in and say we're fixing this and that and making a bunch of changes. With Doug, it wasn't even about football. It was about us. It was about every guy in our room and having them look at the person next to them and saying, I got you, and mean it, And that doesn't happen overnight. It took most of the year. We lost 5 in a row at one point. We were 2-6. It took time, but that belief in ourselves, that refusal to quit, we found it. Yeah, so this is just about the team, man. It wasn't about, we got to go in there and fix this. It's about, just look to the players to the left and right of you. Play for that person. Play as a team. Love that person. And it clearly, halfway through the year, it took some building. Like you said, he was 2-6, and then all of a sudden, like when they kept that belief in each other, that's when things started turning around. Says, all season long, I kept looking at our division standings. Even when it wasn't going well, I just kept looking like, well, if we win this one and this one and this one, hey, that's what we were all doing too. I kept doing that and we kept losing. I was like, oh, I don't know if this is ever going to work out. But the way we ended the season, we won what 5 straight games. It was just an incredible end of the season. Then I remember we were coming off the Detroit loss, maybe our worst of the season. That dropped us to 4-8, 3 games behind Tennessee, and we got back to Jacksonville. I went over to Christian's house with Zay, and we were all sitting there in shock about how poorly we played. But then this thing happened where eventually we moved on from the shock and started figuring out how we could still win the division. And we realized that if we were going to give ourselves a chance, we probably couldn't afford any more losses. Yeah, so that one, I mean, that Detroit loss was wild. How it just came like in the middle of that whole entire Jaguars run was that game, was that Detroit game. And man, what a stinker it was, because it came right after the Ravens game where we won last minute. It came right before, I think, which game? It came right before the Titans game. And it was just it was probably one of the harder Jaguar games I've ever watched, because the Lions scored on every drive. We weren't making it happen on offense. Freaking Trevor Lawrence went down at half, right before the half. I thought he tore his ACL. It was scary, man. It was not fun. It was not fun. By the way, guys, 147 people in here. Man, drop your likes. Bring him home a Lombardi or 2, then he's him. Absolutely, man. James says T-Law is him. He says, big fan. If I was older and I had money, I would definitely gift you. Oh, you're good, man. Okay. Edgar says, T-Law did just arrive in Jacksonville. He became a part of it. Man, I'm so proud to say that we have our quarterback. Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence's first time in Jacksonville was the day he got the day after he got drafted, which is just crazy. He knew he was going to Jacksonville and had never went there since then. But hey, he never played in any bowl games as low as the Gator Bowl or Tax Slayer Bowl. So yeah. Augustin, what's going on, man? Says that Detroit game, Swift and Williams ran all over us. Yeah, that was just painful. That defensive performance was just bad. They were getting every third down. Just a terrible watch. Just a terrible watch. Okay, we'll get back to the article. We got this one, all-time pitcher right here. All-time pitcher. I love that. Dude, I might make this my background on my computer. Tell me this is not a perfect computer background. Right now, my background's UCF. Yeah, I'm gonna make that one my background, because this is beautiful, man. Look at that. Oh, amazing. This guy actually cried after the game too, which is pretty crazy. So we went up to Tennessee, beat them, beat the Cowboys in overtime. Shout out to Rayshon Jenkins. I guess his nickname is Jinx. Went to New York Thursday night, W. Great night, by the way. This is the night before my wedding. Had a bunch of friends. We went out to the bar at BJ's and had a bunch of friends there. We were all rooting on the Jaguars. There was actually one Jets fan that showed up, but it was glorious, man. It was glorious. A non-stressful football night, besides DeJuan Smoot tearing his Achilles. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Beat the Texans. I was on my honeymoon on a cruise ship during that one, so that was fun. And then it was all set for Week 18. Win and in against the Titans at the bank, which is a historic night. I remember, we all get sad to leave our vacations, but, on that Saturday morning before the game, I was getting off that cruise ship, and I just couldn't wait to get home and watch this game. So cool. And that's when I really felt the city come to life. There was this energy in the air. The beach had a buzz. Downtown was alive. Even Publix felt a part of it. Dude, Publix is all about that action, man. They got the Jaguar teal cupcakes out. They have Publix is Duval. Absolutely Duval, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's the most Southern thing ever. I mean, a lot of people, they might have become Jaguar fans because of the uniforms back in 1995. And, maybe they'd never been to Florida, been to Jacksonville. This part right here, if you're not from Jacksonville and you don't know what Publix is, you got to know what Publix is to be a Jaguar fan. Okay, go ahead and Google it. It's the sewer market. You get your pub subs there. Everything's green, very, very clean. I mean, they do a good job at Publix keeping everything good. So yeah, definitely look up your Publix. Even if Publix felt a part of it. I don't think people realize how diehard our fans are. Thank you. How much Jags fans love this team and how hungry they are for a winner. They just want us to be great. They want to get there. I felt that. Dude, this is, oh my gosh, this is what I've been trying to say on my channel for the longest time. It's like Jaguars don't have fans. Jaguar fans don't care. No, it's like we just haven't had winning products to show how great our fan base is. And when we're good, we sell out. When we're good, tickets become expensive. When we're good, everything is just so much different. And this was just super refreshing to see because this part is just so true. And everybody sleeps on how good this fan base is. And yeah, Shai says Boar's Head. Yeah, Boar's Head is so good. I made some Munster roast beef sliders last weekend with some Boar's Head. Awesome stuff. Jags United in the building says, yes, sir. Trevor is the GOAT. Dude, absolutely, man. Awesome article. I loved reading this one, man. And that's why I'm reading it. I was gonna, like I was saying earlier, man, I was gonna make a video on this. But my dude, this is 1,256 words. I just had to do a live read. It's too hard to break this thing down. The video would be way too long. Pub subs, the deli, hell yes. The Jag sub is good as hell. Yeah, they serve the Buccaneer sub over here. I don't get the Jag sub. East Coast Sniper with a $2 donation. The Titans and Chargers games were proof. 70K fans. Exactly, man. Exactly. And dude, I love these cold weather Jaguar games. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like because some of the games are hot as hell, and I'm really excited to see what the stadium renderings look like when it comes to that $1 billion improvement they're talking about. I'm really excited for that, and it's excited for the city, man. I hope we keep winning, and I think we will. Like there's no way anybody felt this good after 2017 because this is here for real. Our guys, okay, he says, our guys, we have no quit. You can call that cliche if you want. I don't care. I was there. I've lived it. I know what I've seen. I know what we did. After Josh ran back his touchdown and the final whistle blew and we were AFC South champions. Oh, he needs to hire an editor. We were AFC South champion. I looked around our stadium and I knew I was right where I was meant to be. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there for that, but it had to have been electric. It had to have been electric. I mean, I was there for the Chargers game and so cool. It really was so cool. The culture that everyone in our room helped build, the work that we put in all year, that's why we came back against the Chargers the next week. It wasn't because of some game plan switched or anything like that. It was because we had us and us, our guys, we had no quit. You can call that cliche if you want. I don't care. I was there. I've lived it. You know what I've seen. I know what we did. Yeah. So basically credit the Chargers game to saying, hey, these fan base have no quit. And I have no quit. We have no quit. Jags United says, after sitting in the snow slush in KC, I never want a cold game again. Yeah, but our cold's a little bit different than that one, man. But yeah, I don't think cool to be a part. I mean, I would love to go to a snow game. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of envy you that you've been at a snow game because I need to go to one like that, man. He says, and I know a lot of people probably never thought we were just happy to be there against KC. He says, I know a lot of people probably thought we were just happy to be there against KC. But if you think that, then you don't know this group. We had a real chance to win that game, and we didn't, and I'm still angry about it. We are all, and I like that. I like how for all the talk about how we're this young team with a bright future, and I believe we are, the main guys were focused on after that game was we were right there. We were that team. So we were going to let ourselves be mad, and we're going to use it as fuel to get better for next year. And can we repeat this for all the fucking haters on Twitter? Like, I feel like I was the only one mad after the game. Everyone's like, oh, you know, it's fine. Like, we weren't supposed to be here. I was like, no, we had a chance to win it, man. We had a chance to win it. Like, Christian Kirk drops that catch. We had Foye-Luakin drop the interception. Jamal Agnew, the fumble. It's still haunting me. Ugh. You know, I was mad as hell. I was super mad, and I was annoyed. And I wasn't just happy to be there because I was like, you never know what's going to happen. We have to wait 12 months. And the Jaguars were a better team than we thought we were. We're a better team than we thought we were, and we should have won that game. And look, I know the future should be bright, but you got to win every opportunity you can. Because everybody gets a year older. Who knows if our roster will be that much better next year with the with maybe losing some guys and whatever. So I don't know. Man. Gary Lawrence in the building. What's up, man? Noah says, I was so pissed at Kirk Agnew, the defense, for not stopping a career backup quarterback. Yeah, that's another one, man. That's another one. Yeah, I'm still disappointed in Agnew. Well, mainly because he was complaining on Twitter about how he doesn't get the ball enough, and the Jags gave him the ball twice in the inside the 5-yard line in the playoffs, and both times he choked. Man. So I don't know, whatever. Ryan said, I was mad but didn't want to bring any negativity towards next season and bring his confidence down. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I let my energy out, whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Look at that one, dude. Look at there's a sick picture. I love this. I love the rain picks. Edgar says, who do you think will win, Chiefs or Eagles? I do have the Chiefs. And like I said at the beginning of the video, man, I have a free squares competition for it. Winner gets $100. The link is right down below. Download the Sweeps app. Sign up for a free account. It's a free entry. Zero risk for a chance to win $100. And it also helps me out because every sign up I actually get $3 from it. So that's a free way to kind of support me. So if you guys can, man, after the live stream, whatever, down in the description, I have the Sweeps app. Go, download, make yourself an account, enter my competition, and who knows, maybe you can win $100. It'd be awesome. That dude Evan says, different story next season with Ridley out there too. Absolutely, man. Okay, so next he goes on to say, one of the things I remember from last season is thinking, how will we ever get guys to want to stay here or even come here? It's only a year ago that I was worried about that. And now what I hear is guys talking about how this is a family. I hear guys talking like they know this is one of the best organizations in football and they wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Like we're building something here for the long haul and stuff like that, man. It feels good. It makes me really proud to be a Jaguar. And yeah, look, the fan base has a good pulse of everything. Last year we were like, who's going to want to come here? You had to overpay for everybody. And look, we did. But, now people are going to want to come here for different reasons. Now they're going to want to come to play with a guy like Trevor Lawrence and to play with a winning head coach like Doug Peterson. It's awesome. It's awesome, man. Look, one of the things I remember from last season is thinking, how will we ever get guys to this is what Trevor Lawrence was thinking in his head. How will we ever get guys to want to stay here or even come here? That was legitimately going through his mind. He must have been this must have been in December of 2021 and just at the lowest point, which is crazy. And he says, I hear guys talking like they know this is one of the best organizations in football. That's awesome. And look, we're getting that $200-something million football performance center. I think that's how much it costs. I have it written down in my notes somewhere. It is how much is it? Yeah, new football complex, $120 million. This is crazy, man. So we have that being built up. The thing's a beast. I can't wait to go there. It's gonna be really cool. It feels good. And look, this is probably my favorite, potentially my favorite paragraph. This maybe not my favorite, but it speaks volumes. And he says, "It feels good. It makes me really proud to be a Jaguar." That's freaking awesome, man. This one right here. It makes me really proud to be a Jaguar. And look, as a Jaguars fan, our whole entire lives, we felt embarrassed to be Jaguars, especially for the Jaguars fans that don't live in Jacksonville. We're out of towners and, we run into all these different people and it's like, yeah, I'm a Jags fan. Oh, you're a Jags fan? They suck. Why? And it's like, they're my team. I can't defend them. I know they suck, but they're my team and I love them. So that part's awesome. And now we have the best quarterback in Florida. So any Buccaneer fan, any Dolphin fan try to talk to you, especially Buccaneer fans, they can talk smack because, look, they've won Super Bowls, but Dolphins fans have nothing on us. Says, and the end that he says, "So, Duval, thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking with us, for believing in us. We couldn't have done it without you. That playoff win, that feeling, I want that forever. I promise it was just the beginning. And I promise that where these last two teams are going, that's where we're planning on being. It was always the Jags, Trevor." Holy cow, man. That was a powerful, powerful article. Not something that we were expecting. I know he probably feels all different kinds of ways about the season. And maybe he's like me, man. Maybe for him, it's best to get it out in writing. And he's been on a bunch of different shows. Like he was on the Rich Eisen show, speaking very, very proudly about being a Jaguar. And, this one right here, it was for the fans, man. It was just saying like, yo, thank you for supporting us this year. We know what you guys have been through. I want you to know that I am here to stay. I want you to know that we're going to be one of these Super Bowl teams. It's cool, man. It's cool, man. It makes me a little bit emotional, not going to lie. We have our guy. We have our guy, and it's a good feeling, man. It's a very good feeling because we've been through so much crap, man. We've been through so much crap. Just bad quarterbacks, bad head coaches. I'm actually getting teary-eyed. We've been in that stadium so many times and just seen just crap product. We've seen us play at home against the Steelers and Steelers fans take over and just talk all this crap to us. We've been excited about games like, oh, the Jaguars, we got this. This is going to be so much fun. And then we go out there and we completely suck. I know in my life, like there's been so many things that have happened where like so many times it's happened where I have so much fun the lead up to the Jaguars game. I meet up with my friends, we go drink, we like tailgate, or whether I'm out of town and we, party the night before or whatever. And then the worst part about the trip is when the game starts, is once 1:00 hits and the team is just crap. 2021, I went to the opening game against the Texans. The game was awful, awful game. And I left and it was like fun trip, but like the whole point is to watch the Jags play, and they were terrible. And then the next game I went to, I went all the way out to Seattle. I took the 6-hour flight over there. Awesome city, cool city, lots of rules, but like, it was like, look at this place, Lumen Field, the stadium's awesome. Oh, I can't wait to, we're playing Geno Smith, Russell Wilson's out. I can't wait to, go out there and have at least a good game. No, it was just awful. And I've been to so many just bad games, and it feels like now it's just the beginning because we have our quarterback, we have our head coach. Now it's just up to Trent Baalke to make sure the roster is good around him. Shout out to East Coast Sniper with a $5 donation. Says, I feel you. Sitting through 3-14 last season with season tickets was depressing. Yeah, and it's that's honestly who I feel the worst for. Like the season ticket holders, man, because they are true. They invest financially in this team. They put down money, and sometimes in December they can't even give away their tickets for free because nobody wants them. Like, it's talk about just purchasing a product It's like purchasing bad real estate where all of a sudden the real estate market tanks and it's worth nothing. Now if you were a season ticket holder, if you sold your tickets for the Dallas game and the Titans game, you probably made all your money back. So that's just cool. And I know I was at that Dallas game. Shout out to Mike for, inviting me there, man. It was so freaking cool, man. It was so cool because like being down in the FanDuelville seats, like watching that up close, man. Talk about life-changing experience. I mean, that was so cool. Edgar says, I'm living in Germany, being a Jags fan, and I know what you mean. My biggest wish is us winning this. Oh, yeah, absolutely. If the Jags win a Super Bowl, I'm going just berserk, man. I'm going berserk. That would just be crazy. I just can't imagine. I truly can't imagine. And shout out to, we had someone sign up for the sweeps. It looks like Dash is the name. So thanks for signing up for sweeps. So yeah. Adam says UCF Goat War. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. I know you sent me a message on Instagram. I know it's been an interesting time on the little birdie app. Been kind of getting away from it, taking a few weeks off. Just needed a mental break. And after all the madness that went on, I was like, okay, now's a good time to do it. I live in LA and saw the disaster last year at SoFi. Yeah, and it's crazy. A year later, the Jaguars win 38-10 at SoFi. Talk about just a turnaround, man. Talk about just a turnaround. Rob Vincent says, "Yo, UCF, proudest I have been in this team since inception." Dang, that's crazy. Because I can't speak on the Jaguars through the 90s. I'm too young, and I mean 2017 was cool because like it felt like we were good the whole entire year. This year was weird because we were 2-6 and it felt like we just sucked. And all of a sudden we started winning some games. Next thing you know, we're in the playoffs. I'm excited for an entire year of success, entire year of good stuff. Ryan says, drop them likes. Love this YouTuber. Yeah, man. Drop likes for me, man. I'd really appreciate it. 178 people here. Appreciate all you guys, man. But yeah, that's what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm excited for sustainable success to be good from September through December. It's just so much fun, man. So much fun. Adam has a good question. What was your main takeaway from T-Law's letter? My main takeaway from T-Law's letter is that he loves being a Jaguar. Where's the line in here? He says, it makes me really proud to be a Jaguar. Look, he's basically telling Jags fans, look, this future is bright. Thanks for being with us this year. Our best football is ahead. And, one thing that he proved this year, a lot of people were sitting here saying he doesn't have that dog in him. He doesn't truly care. But like this year, we've really seen that he's awesome and that holy cow. Kevin with a $20 donation, dude. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate that. He says, you are the man. Love your content. Are we going to sign Ingram or what? I absolutely think we're going to sign Ingram. I think, and thank you so much for the donation, man. Really, really appreciate that. Really helps, really motivates me to keep making videos every day, man. Makes it, I put a lot of time into this channel and, it makes financial sense for me to do it. And, stuff like that, just, it goes a long way. Even just $2, $3, $5, all those go a long way. But yeah, I think we re-sign Ingram because look, we have nothing else on the roster right now. Like we have no tight ends right now. So even and literally our tight end number 2 had as many receptions this year as James Robinson. So you need to bring that back because so many targets went his way, and I'd be really disappointed if we didn't get there. Jonathan says, get UCF to 20K before the season starts. That'd be sick, man. I know my numbers have been shooting up lately, and it's really cool. It's really cool to see that. Robert says, watching Tony Baselli back in the day, wishing we had a Trevor talent Wishing we had a Trevor talent sucked. It was the same with the boat. Yeah, that's. But now we have our quarterback, and our quarterback's 23 years old. We should have a lot of time with him left. So it's cool. Yeah, he says, "What tight end too?" Yeah, I think Dan Arnold was tight end too, and like James Robinson had more receptions than him this year. That's how lightly he was utilized. That letter was amazing by Trevor. Talk about building a culture. Boom. Yeah, that's why I read through it, because I was gonna make a video on it, but I'm like, it's better to do a live read. I'll do a live read with everybody, and it'll be fun that way. Having dug a full off season with T Law and a healthy ETN should bring great result. Yeah, that's a cool thing. Is like this off season, we don't have to go out there and learn a new offense. Like it's the same exact offense. It's they're not learning a new playbook. It's now the Jaguars offense. And Doug Peterson mentioned, like, yeah, last year we were looking at stuff from the Colts, we were looking at stuff from the Eagles, kind of making our offense, building one. It's like now this is our offense. Dude, this is facts. Jets save this organization. Yeah, it's crazy, man. If you look on Jets YouTube channels, all they're talking about is Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr. I mean, like that Zach Wilson thing went horrible. That Zach Wilson thing went absolutely horrible. I can't believe how south that went. Do you think the Jaguars should trade for Hunter Renfrow? Not necessarily. I'm not really. I don't think so. I mean, I don't see him as being a. I mean, if you can trade him for a fifth, yeah, why not? But I don't know. Is he still on his rookie deal? Is he making a lot of money? I don't know. That's not much of a needle mover for me. But thank you so much for the donation, man. Kevin with another donation. Thank you so much, bro. Really, really appreciate that, man. Says, keep the videos coming, brother. I'll match all donations for the next 10 minutes. Duval, dude, thank you so much, man. You don't have to do that, but really appreciate it. Really appreciate the support, man. Yeah, I've been telling the wife, like, hey, like I'm gonna make a video tonight. I'm gonna make a video tonight. A lot of people are watching, a lot of people are enjoying. Like, and I'll be honest with you, man. I love making these videos. I'm a pretty busy person right now. I mean, I'm working full time, and a lot of people don't know I'm actually in school getting my master's degree right now. So after this live stream ends, I actually have to do some homework. So I've got a lot going on, man. But really, really appreciate your support, Kevin. Really do. Um, what's it called? Stevie P says, if you could trade for any player, any position, who you getting? Man, that's a good question. If I could get any player from any team, I think for me, it'd be Nick Bosa. I think I'd get Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is an absolute game wrecker, man. And he's a guy that it's like third down, they need to get a stop. And who makes the stop? It's Nick Bosa. Like, I think Nick Bosa is an absolute stud. Get the defensive player that just dominates the field. And yeah, I'm definitely going. I'm definitely going him, Nick Bosa. So yeah, he's a beast. Now I'll go offense. How about I think offensively? Since I'll go one defense, one offense. Man, maybe Travis. I want to say Travis Kelsey, but Travis Kelsey's getting older. Travis Kelsey's getting older, so man. So maybe him. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, shout out to Mick Cant with a $10 donation. Thanks so much, bro. Says the Jags are going to be the number 1 seed next year, and the Chiefs are going to lose by 20. Yeah, and I made this point in a video basically saying that, look, like the Jaguars have a pretty easy schedule next year. I mean, first of all, you play the AFC South, and nobody in the AFC South has a quarterback right now. So like, and there's a lot of like, I don't know, are the Titans going to go through a rebuild, or are the Colts going to go through a rebuild? And the Texans, I think the Texans will be a little better, but it still feels like they're at least a year away. And you're also playing the NFC South. Nobody in the NFC South has a quarterback right now. So man, it should be, man, like and you look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs, look, who do they have to play? They have to play the the Herbert, the Chargers, and Josh Allen. I mean, it's going to be tough. I think the road is easiest for the Jaguars to get the number 1 seed. Shout out to Nima. All these super chats coming in. I appreciate it, guys. Nima S says, inspired by Kevin, love the content UCF. Hope you don't give up on it. Which home games are you looking forward to most this next season? I'll be honest with you, man. Next year, I'm more so looking at away games because the Jaguars play the NFC South. So, like, I'm definitely going to Tampa. I think the other game is New Orleans. No, I think the other game is actually they're going to Atlanta. I want to try to find a way to go to Atlanta too. My dad was even mentioning maybe we get like for the day we can even fly out early in the morning, get over there, go to the game, and fly back that night. I'd love to go to Atlanta Stadium. Looks like an awesome place. So, I mean, I'll definitely be going to some home games. It's more so like timing for me. Like, I try not to go to too many in September. Sometimes people hit me up with awesome, holy crap, with awesome, dang. Hold on one second. Kevin with a $10 donation says, heck yeah, keep it going for our boy. Dude, thank you, man. Thank you. Holy shit, these donations. Noma with a $1 donation. Thanks, bro. And Skidsy with a $50 donation. Oh my gosh, dude. You are the freaking man. Thank you so much, dude. I am like humbled beyond belief. I'm getting more emotional right now than a Trevor letter. He says, love the content, bro. Thanks for being our main Jags news source. Can't wait for a Jags Super Bowl in the near future. Yeah, man, dude. Thank you so much. And yeah, with me making these videos, man, this is really fueled by my passion for the Jaguars. It's fueled by just me freaking wanting to talk about the Jaguars, and I pride myself on, look, I'm not an expert. I'm not an analyst. I don't really want to be working in sports one day. I am a fan that wants to be a voice for the fans, and I'll always have your guys' back. I know sometimes maybe on social media, like on Twitter, sometimes I come across as like arrogant and that I'm a jerk, but really what I am, I'm very sarcastic. I also have a very dry sense of humor. So like, that's that's me, man, dude. So thank you so much, Skidsy. Kevin came in here with a $50 freaking donate. Hold on, I'm sending this to the wife, man. I gotta send this to the wife. Hold on. This is crazy. This is crazy. Kevin says, I'm a man of my word. Jags are headed to their Super Bowl. Yes, dude. I'm so excited, dude. Let's go, man. I want to make videos every single day now. Oh my gosh. You guys are absolutely awesome, man. I'm freaking absolutely humbled. Dude, just thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say, but you guys know, man, I got all your guys' backs. Whenever you guys see me at freaking Jaguar games, say what's up. Love meeting with you guys. Love conversing with you guys. Kevin, thanks so much for like matching all that. It's so cool, man. It's so cool. Really appreciate you guys like so much. WWW Kevin, yikes. Yeah, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I don't know why, but I want Ramsey to come home. Yeah, that's definitely a hot topic. I know I'm not the biggest Ramsey guy. Not the biggest Ramsey guy, but I'm not going to be mad at you guys if you are Ramsey guys, because I know, it touches. It's different for different people. So I know me. If he came back, I wouldn't be super mad about it. I just don't, like I said in my video a couple days ago, I just don't like the way he handles himself on the field. When it comes to like, just he's almost like he's almost like an NBA player, just always complaining to the refs. I feel like he's flopping. I don't know, man. Noma Juice with a $5 donation says, this letter really shows that T-Lock gets it. What corner/DB do you think they should target in the draft this year? Duval versus all y'all. And look, I always keep it real with you guys. I always do. I don't know anything about any draft prospects. Look, like there was a time where I really did concentrate on it. But it's so this there's so much draft people out there. There are so many people on YouTube that break down the tape, that show you everything. And I really feel like, look, my time is better served following the Jaguars and making Jaguars content, because like I said earlier, I don't have a lot of free time with working full time and being in school. My free time is not me playing video games. It's not me doing a lot of stuff. It's really me working on this channel, putting out Jags content. It's not really worth my time to um it's not really worth my time to like be breaking down draft prospects, because if we're being real, a lot of people do it and a lot of them are better than me. I'm sticking with what I do best in this. So yeah, I'll admit I'm not the guy for that, but there are definitely people out there. Trevor Lawrence is him with the $2 donation. He says scratch out Ridley and get Higgins, T over Ridley. I don't think a lot of you guys realize how good Ridley was on his last season. I mean, I think he was what, like 1,500 yards or something like that. He's a touchdown king. I know we haven't seen him in a while, but dude, when it comes to route running ability and all that stuff, I mean, Calvin Ridley is a good player. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say he's better than T Higgins, but don't underrate my boy, man, because Calvin Ridley is going to come out with a vengeance, and I can't wait for him. McCant says, should the Jags trade up in the draft? If there's a guy that they really want, I'm not against it. One thing I wouldn't want to do, I really don't want to trade back, just because like I feel like with us, like I want to get the best players. At this point, I don't want to trade back and get a few good players. I've said many times before, what we're really needing right now is elite players, man. Like I want to come out here and find a guy that's elite at his position, because I don't think we have enough true like game wreckers on this team. So, and by the way, thank you so much for the $20 donation. I know like with all donations today, I don't want it to get overshadowed, man, but yeah, the $20 donation, thank you so much. But yeah, I would definitely be all for trading up if it's right. And I know for me, I'll be paying a lot more attention to just the draft stuff and like after free agency, because right now I look at mock drafts and there's what they're projecting us to do is like I see a lot of tight end and I see a lot of offensive tackle. But guess what? If the Jaguars sign Juwan Taylor, all of a sudden offensive tackle is probably off the board. If they re-sign, and I think a lot of people they're projecting tight end because they're saying, okay, maybe they sign Juwan Taylor and they don't bring in Evan Ingram. But yeah, like it's tough right now to look at them. So I'll be interested to see after the free agency, and even after, when is the combine? Because after the combine, a lot of stuff, mock draft shift a lot because they start talking to the different teams. Let's see, getting lost in the comments here. Jonathan Burns with a $2 donation. Thank you so much, Jonathan. You are the man. We need cornerbacks. Yeah, I mean, right now I think the biggest need right now is probably a nickel cornerback. And yeah, Jags fan, this is what I made the point about. Like if Aaron Donald's available, I would at least pick up the phone and call them and say, yo, Rams, I don't know what your plan is, but like we're interested in this guy, because I mean he's Aaron Donald, he has a great work ethic. He'll come in here and immediately have a big effect. Did you hear the Aaron Donald? I mean, I've been talking about it. I don't know if there's another. I'm not on Twitter right now. I deactivated it, so I don't know if there's something going around on Twitter. Which I need to get Twitter back. I'll be back probably in a week or two. That's where I get a lot of my Jags news from. So lately, I've been kind of on just on Google, just Googling Jaguars, seeing what's out there. Trevor Lawrence is him with a $5 donation. Main thing to highlight with Higgins is that he's younger. He has chemistry with Lawrence already, and he hasn't been out of the league almost 2 years. Yeah, I do know what you mean, but wait, JPA football just dropped something about Juwan. Hold on. If you can share it, I don't have Twitter, so you'll have to let me know what he drops. But that's a Twitter account. And yeah, I know, but we already traded for Calvin Ridley. And look, it's gonna like at most the Jaguars giving up a second round pick for Calvin Ridley. And apparently with T. Higgins is like they want a top draft pick for him, and he wants a monster contract. Right now, I don't think the Jaguars can really afford it. I don't think the Jazz can really afford it, if I'm being honest. Rico with the $2 super sticker. Thank you so much, bro. Christopher says, I just found your channel. I'm a Jags fan from a small state of Rhode Island, from Crystal River, Florida. Grew up watching Jags as a kid. T-Law gonna get us to the first Super Bowl win. There you go, man. I usually go to Homosassa every year. I think that's by Crystal River, but I go to Homosassa just about every year with my friends. So I like the Cash App. It's usually getting the most talent. Or the Cap app. Okay. I read it like Cash App. I'm like, okay, cool. It's easy to keep most of the talent of Shad Khan. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see really how much he gets. Says Jawan Taylor could get a $15 million extension. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can Google JPA football. See if anything comes up. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. But yeah, I mean that's like I said, man. I don't know. Like cap can be if you have an owner that's willing to pony up money, that can make it a lot easier. And I really hope that Shad Khan says, "Hey, this is fun because look, if from is by Old Kings, okay, gotcha. Like if because I've seen Shad Khan when the Jaguars are losing, he's sleeping. When the Jaguars are scoring, he's celebrating, and there's not a lot of in between. Did you guys see him at the what was it, the Titans game where he was like they showed a shot of Shad Khan, and he's like, and then like the Jaguar scored, and he's like, it was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. Even if Higgins is better, probably is. Ridley will have a much cheaper contract. Would be great if we can get both, though. I don't know if we could afford it. Yeah, I just don't see how we can. I mean, we'd have to send out probably Calvin because that's a lot of money in wide receivers, and at some point you got to draft them, right? And I know we need receivers, but like I would rather just spend a bunch of money on another position if I'm being honest. Adam says, UCF, love you, man. Go Jags. There's something I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you've seen it yet. All right, we'll talk about it, man. Talk about it. I'll probably be live for another 5 minutes. Usually like to keep these live streams to an hour. Thanks everybody so much for coming in here and just being here. It was a freaking monumentous stream with all the donations, man. Huge shout out to Skidsy and Kevin for, Skizzy for the $50, Kevin for, matching a bunch of these donations. Big shout out to McCant. He came in here a few times with some donations. Cynthia with a $5 super sticker. Cynthia's actually became a Jaguars fan when Trevor Lawrence came in here. So that's pretty, I'm sure she had a good time watching him this year finally come back. All right, he said he sent it to me on Instagram. Let's see. Okay. So from JPA Football, Jaguars right tackle Jawan Taylor could get a $15 million per year extension, says Phil Yates. The cost is going to be substantial. As Taylor peaked at the right time in the season, the Jaguars' decision to go all in on Trevor Lawrence supporters Chas faced major decisions this year. So that's interesting. Yeah, there's a real account, 401,000 followers. So yeah, I hope we can get it done. That's for sure. I'd love to keep him around. I'd love to find a way to maybe phase Cam Robinson out, because I don't know. Jawan Taylor was our best offensive lineman this year. It's hard for me to say, okay, let him walk. It's hard for me to say that, especially when we don't know if Walker Little is just going to transition okay to the right tackle. If we extend it for that price, that's a major L. I don't know, man. Especially if the way the Jaguars do things, man, they front load the cash. It's a lower cap hit. I wouldn't be too mad about that. We got to resign. That's what I'm saying. Like, remember, guys, he was our best offensive lineman this year. This guy, if he goes to another team, he's probably getting a ton of money. Holy cow. Edgar with a 50 euro donation. Oh my gosh, man. Dude, this was crazy, man. I was going to make a video about this, but I said, you know what? I haven't done a live in a while. I'm going to go talk to the people. I'm going to do a live read. It'll be fun. But 50 euros, man, dude, you're the man. He says, let's keep it rolling. That Twitter thing doesn't matter. Love your channel. Dude, thank you so much, man. And I appreciate everybody for having my back with all the Twitter drama. It was weird. It came out of nowhere. But at the end of the day, man, like, I'm somebody, I want everybody to win. Like a lot of people get jealous of other people's success, and when other people gain big followings, and when other people maybe get more views than you or whatever. Look, me, I want everybody to do good. Like you don't like you guys out there, you guys can be subscribed to me and watch me, as well as Brett James, as well as Jags United, as well as Jagging Off. You guys can, you don't have to choose one person. So me, I want everybody to be great. But some people, all like the 4 people I mentioned, Jin Jag 2, all of us, like, we want everybody to do good. But some people just aren't like that. Some people get very, very jealous of people's success. And I appreciate it. And all you guys coming out, man, like, because I was getting killed on there, and I was like, dude, like, I felt really bad about it, deleted it, deactivated my Twitter, something I'd wanted to do for a while. Then the next day I looked at it and I was like, what the hell's going on here? Cynthia with a $20 donation. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for another donation. She says, loved your reading of the letter. Thanks. Oh yeah. It was fun to read. And this is actually my first time reading it all the way through, because I had a pretty busy day today. And I had some homework to do a little bit later. So yeah, that was my first time reading through it, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this with the Jags fam, because that's what I wanted to do. Shout out to everyone here supporting Jags / UC. Yeah, you guys are absolutely awesome. Josh Miller says, appreciate the Jags content. Duval, dude, you know it, man. I'm gonna keep coming out with it. That's for sure. Let's keep this donation wave rolling. Yeah, you guys are making it impossible for me to stop it, so I'm gonna keep going, man. There's a lot of people in here, man. This is fun, man. I'm enjoying this. Let's keep this donation wave. He says. Jonathan says, we got to help this channel grow. Y'all boys, let's do something. Yeah, man. I mean, you guys are doing everything, man. You guys are doing everything. That's for sure. DTWD says, bro, just activate it. I'm going to activate it next week. I've been telling myself I want to take a Twitter break, just because I've been spending too much time on there. I want to take at least 2 weeks off. So yeah. And he throws in a donation. Throwing a party when you reactivate the bird app. Trust me, I'll be on there, and I'll be back on there with a vengeance. I'm gonna be tweeting my tweets. I'm gonna be coming out with the hot takes that piss people off. I'm gonna just be me. I'm 100% real. I'm 100% authentic on there, and that's how I am, man. Tyler with the 5 donation. What do y'all think about trading number 24 for Chase Young? I mean, I would love it, but there's no way. There's no way Washington's gonna do that. That's a true building block for them. Although Chase Young, I mean, he didn't do, like, he had a terrible rehab this year. Let me look him up. Because he didn't do much. I mean, he got injured early in 2021, and then this year, Commanders having to decide on whether to pick up Chase Young's 5th year. Yeah, the thing about him is, like, he might even be a bust. I mean, he did really, really good his first year or two, but man, like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there, man. But I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can get him from 24. I don't know, man. That's I'm looking online. Chase Young's 5th year option being evaluated. Washington Commanders. What does Chase Young's 5th year option cost? Undecided. He says Rivera says not picking up Chase Young's 5th year option could be a motivator. Yeah, that's yikes. Drop the party location, Famo. I don't I don't have a I wish I had a party. You guys drop the party. I'll be there. um, you didn't do anything wrong. F the Twitter bullies. Yeah, I mean, I was the first night I was feeling bad about. Then the next day I'm like, wait a second. Like this is what you guys are overreacting about. It was just honestly, when I look at it, it was a moment for them to go after me. And you know, like I said, man, I'm one of you guys. I may have a big following, but I am exactly one of you guys. I'm not better than anybody because I have a good amount of followers, man. I started from the ground up. I didn't have any help in any of this. So yeah. K Dog says, "Who's your favorite all-time Jag?" Actually, back here in this picture, it's a custom picture done by Cameron Wallace. I have my favorite Jaguar from every era. Let me go get it. So this is from each era of Jaguars jerseys. So it starts off. Fred Taylor was my favorite player from that era. Then MJD, and then Blake Bortles is actually on here. And then Trevor Lawrence. I have a personal connection with Blake Bortles because he was drafted when I was a sophomore at UCF. I was a, I started this channel when I was like 22 years old. And back then, I thought the Jaguars could do no wrong. I defended the guy until the very end. And then I realized he wasn't a very good quarterback. But if I'm being real, like he never down talked Jacksonville. He always took blame for whenever blame was needed his way. He just seems like a cool dude to hang out with. I like Trevor Lawrence, or I like Blake Bortles. Gave me some good memories at UCF. He led the Jaguars the furthest I've ever seen the Jaguars go to the AFC Championship game. He elevated his play during that Steelers game. He was not the reason why we lost that Patriots game. He played well. The coaching staff just played like a bunch of pussies, and yeah, UCF football has not been enjoyable recently. That's facts. That the way UCF ended that season was terrible, and now we're in a Big 12. So hopefully we do good there, man. Rashean Mathis was his favorite. Yeah, who are y'all's favorite Jags? Kid just says, "Bro, you're 22. Then where is the time gone?" Yeah, I've been at this for a long time, man. This is actually my 6th year doing YouTube now. I've been doing it over 6 years now, which is crazy. Nakaya says, Puzz, Rashean Mathis, Nima loves McCardell. Yeah, see, I'm going for, bro, I was at the bowl game and it was a waste of time. Dude, I was at home during a bowl game and I had it going on my phone because I was working from home and I couldn't do it. Dude, I literally could not watch that. I was like, I can't watch this product. I can't watch JRP. I can't watch this team just play awful. It was so hard. It was so hard for me to do it. All right, guys, I'll probably be on here for another 5 minutes before I get on some homework and then go to bed. Miles Jack wasn't down. Facts, bro. Facts. Gerard was my all-time favorite. Just liked the guy. Yeah, Gerard was cool, and he's still on 1010 XL now. It'll pay off for all of us soon. Diehard Jags fans. Does anyone here like Madden 23? I play exclusively with the Jaguars on PC, 5 head-to-head matches, and I stream live. All right. Drop your, I don't know if you're on a Twitch or whatever people stream on. I'm not a video gamer, so I don't know. I don't know where people are streaming these days. Is it too early to call Trevor top 3 Jaguar? No, it's not too early. We've had, I think it's more of a discussion right now. See the best Jags. You can't put them in there yet. I mean, you can't disrespect Mark Brunell like that just yet, even though it feels like he's trending in a better direction. But yeah, Donovan Darius, Telvin Smith was my guy. Oh yeah, Telvin Smith. That's a sad story, man. It's a sad story with him. Miles Jack. But yeah, it was a cool day today, man, with Trevor Lawrence coming out with this. I wonder, like, I guess coming up for the Jaguars, man, there's not a whole lot that goes on in February. Now, the Jaguars, at any point, they can sign one of these guys to an extension, whether it be, the obvious ones with Juwan Taylor and Evan Ingram. Those are the 2 guys that we're monitoring the most. There's also Arden Key. There's Dewan Smoot too. I get the feeling that Dewan Smoot will test out free agency and he'll probably sign with the Jaguars shortly after, because we're gonna get him for cheap, because unfortunately he tore his Achilles in December, late in December. Not a lot of teams are gonna want to invest a lot of money in that. So those are some things upcoming, and they can, even if they want to, they're eligible to restructure Josh Allen if they want to, because he'll be playing on his 5th-year option, and that's all directly against the cap. So if they want, they can sign him to a 3-4-year deal, reduce that cap number, and ease things up that way. Even Calvin Ridley if they wanted to, but I know Calvin Ridley, actually, that's one thing to look forward to in February. I think mid-February he's actually able to apply for reinstation into the league. So he'll definitely be. I think he'll be back. I mean, it's not drug issues. It was a stupid gambling parlay, which, yeah, like, unfortunately, by rule, betting on your own team, it's bad, but it was dumb. It just wasn't, you know, it just it's tough that he got a really, really harsh penalty, but at the same time, it's something that's really easy to avoid. Skizzy with a $5 donation. Should the Jags look into trading Josh Allen to free up cap space and get draft revenue? I don't believe the Jaguars should do that, because if you trade Josh Allen, you create a huge hole on a team. And at this point, like, what can we get for Josh Allen? Well, we might get a pick number 15. Like, is pick number 15 in the draft going to be that much better than Josh Allen? I mean, I'm really hoping that I think the Jaguars should do all they can to bring in like it said, if they can get an Aaron Donald in here and make it to where like Josh is number 2, and then Trayvon Walker improves. Like, I want to see what Trayvon Walker becomes, and then it would be big. But at this moment, like, we have our biggest issue defensively is not getting enough pressure on a quarterback, and getting rid of Josh Allen. I think that'd be a huge mistake. But that's just me. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Just huge shout out to all the freaking donations, man. I mean, you guys are absolutely awesome. Like I said, Skidzy came in here with a $50. Kevin matched a bunch of donations. Edgar came here with a 50 euro donation. Pretty cool. We got an international donation like that, man. Awesome stream, historic stream. I'll be and all you guys supporting me. I know, you guys all saw me getting dragged on Twitter and stuff, and that wasn't very fun, but I know that you guys all have my back, and I appreciate you guys so much for that. And I'm gonna end this stream, but if you guys can, man, like I said, in the description box down below, like, if you want to support the channel, a great way to do it is to drop a like for me. It's completely free. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. But also, down in the description box, there is a free Super Bowl Squares event. Go over there, click it, download the Sweeps app, and it's a free download, and you actually have a chance to win up to $100. And I get a little bit of kickback. I get like $3 per user that signs up, so that would be a huge help for me if you guys could do that. And yeah, like I said, man, thanks everybody so much for being here. Go Jags, and I'll see you guys in my next video.